Welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi. You are most welcome to this family. Welcome to Heart Talk with Reg, where we discuss about family, lifestyle, and relationship matters. Feel free to be part of this family by subscribing, hit the bell beside to get notified whenever I post new videos. And to my returning subscribers, thank you. You're welcome again to this channel. God bless you all. So today I want to share with you the testimony of how I met my husband. A story time is going to be fun. Hope you enjoy it. Don't go anywhere. Relax yourself and enjoy my story. Okay? Okay, so it started in 2017. I was not in the picture. I was never in the picture. So he was set and ready for marriage. So he was searching. He was kind of searching, yes. And I was not included. I was not in the picture. The whole thing was divinely arranged by God. So he was on a 21 days prayer and fasting, asking God for the right person. With the list he wrote, the names of women he wrote, that God should choose one person among all these people. So my name was not there. I was not in the picture. As he was praying for God to show him, for God to reveal to him the right woman, to reveal his wife for him, and God cancelled all the names he wrote in his book. My wife is not here. So he was asking God, where is my wife? That fateful day, it was on a Sunday. He came to our house to find out why my mom was not in church. My mom was not around. I was the one at home. And I told him that my mom is not around. She went out. So he said, can you call her for me because I want to see her? Or can you give me her number? I said, okay, I can give you her number so that you can call her. So I gave him my mom's number and he called her. So my mom said she is coming, that he should wait for her. So when my mom came, he asked her why she was not in church, and she explained to him why she was not in church. He prayed for us and he left. He didn't say anything to us. He didn't say a word to us. He just encouraged us and he left. So when he left, as he went back home, that very night, he had a dream. It was a very big hall and it was filled with women. So he said, anybody I called this name, that person, anybody I called this name and she answered, that person is going to be my wife. So he called the name. Nobody answered. I was the only person that answered. He said no. He said, okay, I want to write something now. Anybody that can read this thing, that person is going to be my wife. And he wrote something to everybody in the hall. Nobody was able to read what was in that paper. I was the only one that read what was in that paper. So that was where God told him that this is your wife. So when he woke up from the dream, he said, wow, so my wife has been here all along without me knowing. That was when he started looking for me. He came to our house again. When he came, my mom told him that I'm about traveling, that I finished school, I want to travel so that I will go and work. To convince me and also convince my mother for me to stay, for me not to travel. I obeyed him. I stayed. But after some time, I stayed for like 2 days. Okay, I obeyed him and stayed for 1 day. The next day I traveled. So when he came to our house, my mom told him I have traveled and I still make the journey. So he was like, wow, why didn't I stay? So that was when he opened up to my mom that I want to marry your daughter. And my mom was like, wow, Pastor, just like that. You want to marry my daughter? How? When did this one start? He said, I don't know, but I want to marry your daughter. Your daughter is the woman that God has given to me. So he told my mom the revelation. And my mom said, okay, this one that she has traveled, how are we going to do it? He said, you have to give me her number so that I will call her. My mom said, okay, I will give you her number, but I will first of all call her. Let me be the first person to call her and tell her, let me be the first person to call her before you can call her. And that evening, my mom called me and my mom was like, ah, my daughter, how are you? I said, I'm fine. How is work? Work is fine. And she said, remember when you were still young, you used to say that when you grow up, you want to marry a pastor. I said, yes. And she said, if somebody come out and say he wants to marry you, will you? I was quiet and I asked her, who is that person? She said, no need to ask questions, just answer me, will you? I said, no. She advised me, she talked to me, she said, this man is a God-fearing man, which I have always been praying for, that God should give my daughter a God-fearing man as a husband. And God has answered my prayers. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. She encouraged me, she talked to me like a mother. So I now say, who is that person? I was trying to find out from her, but she didn't tell me. But my mind went straight to him. I don't know why, but my mind just went to him that he might be the one. Maybe that is God working. So I said, okay, I'll wait for the person's call. So that evening he called. When he called, I picked the call. He said, how are you? It's me, Pastor Stephen. I said, oh, good evening, sir. He said, thank you. How are you? I said, I'm fine. He said, how is work? I said, work is fine. It's okay. When I saw the call, I knew when he told me it's Pastor Stephen, I said to myself, I said it. It's Pastor. I was kind of scared. Should I say scared? I was nervous. Yes, I was kind of nervous when he told me, okay, when you come back from work, we will discuss. I said, okay, when I come back, I will let you know. So we ended the call, and later in the night, he called back around 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. He called, and when he called, after we exchanged pleasantries, he said, I love you, I want to marry you. Quiet. He was also quiet. He said, hello, can you hear me? I said, yes, I can hear you, sir. He said, did you hear what I said? I said, yes, I heard you very well. He said, then why are you quiet? So I said, why me? I asked him the question. I said, why me? Why did you choose me? He said, because you woman for me. And he told me his revelation. He told me the revelation he had. Asked me to go and pray that if God is the one who arranged our union, then he will also reveal it to me, for me to be sure, for me to be convinced that we are meant to be together. So I said, okay, I will think about it and I will get back to you. He said, no problem, and he ended the call. So that night before I slept, I just made a simple prayer. Father, if this is the man you have given to me to marry, and if it's the right time, if this is the set time that you have set for me to get married, reveal it to me just as you have revealed to him, so that I will know, so that I will be sure that this is the man you have given to me. And I slept. So I had a dream. I fell inside a very big pit, and I was asking for help. I was looking for help. Nobody was ready to help me. People were just passing. And these are the people I know, people I thought that they will be of help to me, but they were just passing. Nobody was ready to help me. Him, he wanted to pass. I said, please help me. Please help me out of this pit. And he came and rescued me. He came and helped me out of the pit. So when I woke up, I said, God, is this a sign that he's the one? Is this a sign you are showing to me that he's the one? I said, okay, show me another sign. If he's truly the one, show me another sign. Let me know that he's the right man for me so I won't fall in the wrong hands. I still had that same dream. Exactly that same dream. I was like fully convinced that he's the one. So without wasting of time, without wasting of time, the next day he proposed to me on 3rd of February. So the next day being 4th, I called him, he was not picking. I called about 3 times, he was not picking. He was in church, so his phone was on silent, so he didn't see the call, so he did not pick. So text him. I had to message him. And the message says, sorry for texting you. My reply is yes. So that was the message I sent to him. So when he came back from church, he had to call me. And when he called me, I still had to say it with my mouth again to him. I said, sorry for texting you. I was calling you and you were not picking. He said, oh, I'm sorry, I was in church. I said, okay. I've accepted your proposal. Yes, I will marry you. And he said, thank you for that. So you have to come down for us to start preparations. I said, okay, when do you want me to come back? He said, even though it's tomorrow, you can come back. You can come back tomorrow. I said, okay, I will come back tomorrow. So that the next day I prepared my things. The next day I have to come back. So when I came back, that was when we started courtship and preparations. We almost, when I mean almost, we were at the point of breaking up because of some challenges that we faced. We faced a lot of challenges that would have caused us to separate. But God, who has joined us together, said nothing can put asunder in this union, that nobody can put asunder. Praise, we were able to go ahead with the marriage rite, and we got married to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil.